TBA, we coming for you, motherfucker.
You done?
Oh,
Yes.
I thought I was taking a picture.
You a dumbass.
Okay, so now that everybody's got their anger out a little bit, and
Yep, we're all good.
we're gonna center, we're gonna zen ourselves, and we're gonna get back
Oosa.
to a little bit of what we do here. All right, so inside the ropes, Timon and Pumbaa. And I guess that makes me Simba. So,
Oh, God.
or maybe Mufasa. Yeah, I'll be Mufasa. Or Scar. Yeah, Scar. Here we go. Scar, definitely. That's it. I got this, bitch. So this is our New Year video for the WWE, and I'm going to take the lead on this one, and we're going to call it a prediction video, if you will. Or not even a prediction, just a general state of the WWE and where we see things going or where we don't see things going.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to ask some questions, and I want answers, right?
Okay.
Also, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to, and this is where I'm the nice guy, see? I'm going to plug somebody else on our show real quick, even though they don't even really know I exist.
Okay.
Heel Marks on Facebook.
Wasn't that the one you tagged me in a while ago?
Yes. They are actually really cool. They do these free giveaways all the time where it's like a trivia thing. He'll add you in the video, live stream, and you have to answer 2 questions. If you can answer them off WWE trivia, they will send you a free t-shirt.
Sweet.
Wow.
The thing is actually really cool. They get in the open debates on their show. There's like 3 or 4 of them. They go back and forth. It's an awesome little channel. They're not getting the huge notoriety of like a What Culture or something.
But they deserve like at least some audience to at least like, hey, check this out.
I think it's pretty cool. So if anybody ever gets the chance, like I said, Heel Marks on Facebook, go check them out. They're a lot of fun. They definitely know their shit when it comes to wrestling. Give them a chance. So here we go. My first question for you gentlemen will be the
Game
state
face.
of the Universal title. You ready?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does Brock Lesnar hold the title after WrestleMania?
No.
No.
Okay. Does Brock Lesnar hold the title ever again before 2019?
I'd say yes.
I'd say it's a hit or miss with that one, I'll say.
See, I don't know because I feel like...
That's up in the air. I can't...
I mean, he's held it since when? Since Mania last year.
Yeah.
So this is a full year-long title run he's had. 365 days, right? What was Punk's mark?
Punk was 434.
So he's not going to pass Punk's mark. That's weird. I thought they were going to have him pass that.
They might have Roman do it.
Well, there's a chance of that. There is a chance of that. I didn't think of that. But here's my thing. Like I said, a full year run of a part-time title holder. And they've had a hard time keeping fans from really getting too upset about that.
And like turning on him.
And instead, they've actually kept it very fresh. They've done a great job with it. They've made Lesnar like the marquee guy on the roster. You know?
Like when he comes back to face like who's the best at
Exactly. And it's become very cool, and it's given us a lot of really insane number one contender matches
A lot of
to
great
determine
matches.
who's going to face him. And in fairness, Lesnar has never disappointed in a match this year. I can't think of a bad match with Brock attached to it.
I can't either.
So, having said all that, though, after a year-long run of a part-time champ, really, that's really what he's been, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I can't see them putting the title back on him too quickly at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't see them having, like, if everything looks the way it looks with Roman and him at Mania, I don't see them having Roman dethrone him to only give the title up that quick. Roman's never really had that long, extended title run. I think the longest he was champ was like 3 months, if I'm right.
Well, if you think about it now...
Roman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like after he beat Triple H for it.
Yeah, when he beat Triple H.
Rollins beat
And
him,
then-
then Dean cashed in.
Right.
And that was the last time he was world champion.
That wasn't when he lost it at the Royal Rumble?
No, he lost it at the Rumble to Triple H, and he gained it at Mania.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
It was the same year, though.
Okay.
Well, if you think about it now...
Because Roman's now, what, how many times champ? He's a 3-time world champ?
Yeah, 3-time world
Is
champion.
he your Universal champ or what? Or has he
He's,
been Universal
he's never
champ?
been Universal
Never
champion.
been Universal champ.
Hasn't yet.
Okay. So, it's just, to me, it seems like it's going to be hard-pressed to put Lesnar back in that spot, especially when there's a lot of talent on that Raw roster that's just kind of lost in the shuffle right now because the title is sitting squarely on Brock Lesnar.
And I don't buy anyone except Roman or Braun beating Brock Lesnar.
That's really it right now. And that's the problem.
And the thing is, if they are going to build somebody to beat Lesnar, it takes a lot of time to do that.
Like, come on, they made the match for Royal Rumble extremely obvious by putting Kane in the match.
Just another person for Brock to
Yeah,
pinch.
just so Braun doesn't look weak. It's blatantly obvious.
Well, look, it could be
It could be the same thing in reverse.
could be the other way around. It could be where Braun pins Kane, becomes champ, and Lesnar doesn't look weak. Lesnar wasn't even involved in the finish, if you will.
True.
I do know for a fact they're already
Advertising.
where's WrestleMania this year?
Louisiana.
They've already got the posters up at the stadium out there with Lesnar in the title. So obviously, Brock's going to be champion when WrestleMania comes.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to hold it straight through or he's going to drop it at some point for a little while, he will be champ. I do hope Strowman wins at the Rumble. He at least deserves to have at least a title put on him for a little while. Mm-hmm. He's been besides Brock, really, the most dominant force in the wrestling business today. The hype train is very real. The fans are definitely behind the guy. And he's gotten a lot better in ring as time has gone on here.
His momentum has just been on the rise. Like, the only person I can remember beating him was Brock.
Yeah.
All right, so let's shift now. Next question. The WWE Heavyweight title sits currently on, as you guys very well know, in my opinion, the best wrestler of this generation, and arguably one of the top 5 in-ring performers of all time, AJ Styles.
Okay.
How long does Styles hold the title for? Does he even make it past the Rumble?
I can see him making it past the Rumble. I think Elimination Chamber is where it kind of gets tricky.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Chamber's Raw.
Chamber's a Raw thing.
I forgot.
If he makes it past the Rumble, if I'm correct,
He just goes straight to Mania.
he goes straight to Mania at that point.
Well, no, they do have Fastlane.
Fastlane.
I don't see him dropping to that Fastlane.
Definitely not.
I don't think he's going to drop it. Keep debating, unless it's going to be at one of the big 4.
Here's my opinion. Hopefully we get it. Nakamura Styles at Mania.
It could be that. It definitely could be that. It's just the thing that
Nakamura wins the Rumble, goes on to face Styles at Mania.
my big question with that is, like, what if they don't have Nakamura win the Rumble? If it's not Nakamura, but it's still a SmackDown guy, can you still buy them beating Styles?
If it's Orton, yeah.
Was Dakota bothering you or something?
I don't know. Oh, wait, what? Face Orton or heel Orton?
Heel Orton.
Heel Orton, I could see it there being a chance.
I feel that Orton will turn heel
And you got your
by
headphones
the
on, so you barely even
time
hear us.
either the Rumble is over or right before Fastlane.
Well, I think he should have been heel. Like you don't need, like him being allies with Nakamura. You're Randy fucking Orton. You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But long story short,
Sorry.
maybe getting past Mania, like Styles maybe getting past Mania with the title, but it all depends on who's winning the Rumble.
I think after the Jinder run and how unhappy people were with that title run, I think Styles holds it at least till Mania. I do.
Yeah.
Because I think they know the WWE Universe was extremely unhappy with Jinder as champ, that now they're just going to kind of give us the champion we want for a while, at least. So then we'll go to, got the 2 titles, where we think they're going, who we think's going to hold. Royal Rumble. Who's winning?
My top 3 picks, I solely do believe that it's going to be a SmackDown win for the Men's Rumble, simply because you can't one-off Asuka in the Women's. That is what I solely believe. My top 3 picks to win the Rumble: Orton, Nakamura, Kevin Owens.
Owens isn't in the Rumble.
Oh, he's not in the Rumble. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mistake. My bad. In that case, I'll replace him with Baron Corbin.
With my top 3 picks for winning a Rumble match, it has to be Nakamura. Fuck it, I'll go bold. I'd say Dolph Ziggler and maybe Finn Balor.
See, I think the Rumble breaks down very simply, honestly. I think Asuka wins the Women's Rumble. I mean, yeah, you can have her get eliminated in the Rumble and not make her look weak because you could have, like,
the entire
roster gang up on her to get her out of there.
Her.
But I think they're going to have Asuka headlining the women's division at WrestleMania. That's their goal right now. Because I already know that the SmackDown main event for Mania, as far as the women's division goes, is pretty much set. It's going to be Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. That's what everything is pointing at right now. That Ronda will make her debut soon. It could be at the Rumble.
It very well could be.
Could be at the Rumble. And if she shows up, it throws a big wrench into the whole Asuka winning thing.
Yes, it does.
Because if Ronda Rousey makes her debut at the Rumble, Ronda Rousey's winning that Royal Rumble. No doubt in my mind, she's winning that Rumble, and she's going on to face Charlotte at WrestleMania. Okay? But barring that, I don't see Asuka losing the Rumble unless the only people I could see winning that Rumble that would make any kind of legitimate sense right now, considering, like, you know, heat and things like that and how much would be Paige.
Yeah.
Maybe Ruby Riott. That's about it, though. But even Ruby Riott, they hurt her a lot tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I think Asuka wins, barring some weird turn of events. The men's division, because Asuka wins for Raw, I think SmackDown wins. And I think you look at the SmackDown roster right now, and you got to think, like, who, you know? And we'd have to see how the U.S. thing breaks down, although I'm almost positive Jinder's going to win the U.S. title.
We'll move into that.
You know?
After this.
So, if I had to choose right now, I'd say Nakamura is an obvious to me.
Yeah.
I'll go off script a little and say Bobby Roode.
Okay.
And you see, they took Owens out of it, so it gets tricky. I don't think they're going to make Randy Orton a 3-time Rumble winner because he's already won twice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're going to make him a 3-time winner. So yeah, I'd have to say Baron Corbin at that point. An off-the-wall pick, if he was in it, would be either Rollins or Reigns, but I don't think either one of them is going to be in the Rumble.
Because so far, there's just a tag match. They haven't said anything else with it.
Yeah.
So that would be my thoughts as far as the Rumble goes. This United States tournament they got going on. Who's walking away with the title?
Jinder.
Well, I gotta say Jinder, just because of, like,
It's the
we've talked about
easiest-
before.
I wanna
It really
throw-
should have started with a mid-card thing with him.
Can we get into that in 1 second? I just want to throw one curveball at you. What if Xavier Woods wins the thing?
I could see the New Day breaking up.
What if Woods wins? And listen, nobody would deserve it like he does right now.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods busted his ass getting the New Day to where it is right now. And in-ring has been working his ass off to get better, to be able to compete in-ring week in and week out, to where now it's Kofi and Big E who rotate these days.
Yeah.
Xavier's in pretty much every match.
Not only that, he's the only member of New Day who has not held a singles title.
And he's the only one out of the three of them that I can actually listen to on the mic for more than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Big E and Kofi are funny in spurts.
Yeah.
Xavier's the one who really carries the mic
promo.
work. However, like we've talked about in the past, to me it feels like they're resetting the Jinder thing,
My thing
and they're going to do it right now.
is they're going to reset Jinder, do it right, and kind of play into an old storyline that's been done
Middle
so
Eastern,
many times. The foreigner
holding the U.S.
holding
title.
the United States title.
In fact, they just did it not that long ago with Rusev.
Yeah.
Did it with freaking Kevin Owens, too.
They did it with Owens.
So they'll have Jinder hold the title.
They're doing it right now in fucking New Japan with with fucking Kenny Omega. A Canadian holds the United States title.
But I think Jinder wins.
Hopefully.
When I first heard about it, I thought it was just a setup for Rude to win it, honestly. But now that I already see the finals match, honestly. I don't see Xavier beating Jinder, and that's who he's matched up against in the next round.
Yeah.
I don't see Mojo beating Bobby Roode.
It's going to be Roode against...
It's going to be Roode against Jinder. And I get it. Having Bobby Roode lose to Jinder isn't a knock on him right now.
No.
Because Jinder's a former world champ and all that. So, it doesn't hurt Roode in any way, I don't think, at least.
Honestly, when Jinder first came on, I didn't buy it. As weeks went on, I bought into it.
No, you know what's honestly helped him? To me, at least. His rivalry with AJ Styles helped him. Because in-ring, Styles pushed him and made him better.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
And they actually, the couple times the Singh brothers got involved, I was like, no, why? This match is fine by itself right now. No need for any of that.
And that's where creative went batshit completely wrong. It's to the point where everyone knew that every match Jinder had, it was going to end with the Singh brothers getting involved in some way, shape, or form.
It was predictable.
It was predictable.
It was boring.
He couldn't cut a promo for his life.
There's the racist promo.
The
against
racist
Nakamura.
promo against Nakamura, the whole Godzilla thing.
Which is funny that he didn't even write that.
Yeah.
That was written for him by one of the creative guys.
Of course it was.
That's sad.
Kevin Dunn, go fuck yourself.
That's the best you got is to make fun of the Japanese guy with Godzilla because it hasn't been done
So many times. In
billions of times already, right? You know, the whole, run, it's Godzilla! We haven't seen that a million times already, right? That's so original.
And just about every stand-up comedian has done it. Not like we haven't seen it before.
Okay, so we touched on the world titles, the Royal Rumble, the U.S. title tournament, Intercontinental Championship, right? Currently, you're going to have, at the 25th anniversary of Raw, Roman Reigns and The Miz squaring off for the title. My best observation of this is going to be simple. Roman drops the title to Miz on Raw. Rematch at the Rumble.
Okay.
Where Roman loses again, most likely from the Miz Taraj helping out. And then he gets put into Elimination Chamber. Because this is the only reason I don't think Brock's going to drop the title at Rumble. I think Elimination Chamber is not going to be for a title. I think it's going to be to determine the number one contender
For the title?
for Brock's title. That's what I think it's going to be. And we're going to get an Elimination Chamber because you get 6 guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
start.
Roman, Braun, Rollins, Balor, Joe, Kane.
If Joe is cleared.
Because Joe's injured.
Joe just got injured.
If there's no Joe,
Probably Wyatt.
I would say Wyatt or the curveball of maybe Triple H. Getting towards WrestleMania season, you could see it happen. Maybe even where Triple H and Angle are both involved to set up their feud for Mania, which looks like it's coming. So, I think Roman's going to drop the title to The Miz. And I think Miz is going to hold on to this title for a while, man.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental title has kind of
Even
become
though-
synonymous
It is.
with him. Yeah, it's...
Even though, you know, The Miz is The Miz, he is entertaining as shit to
Rolling
watch.
Stone's Wrestler of the Year.
His promo work is phenomenal.
That's saying a lot.
Rolling Stone voted him as the Wrestler of the Year, and when you read their article, it made a lot of sense. He took a title that people had forgotten about and fought for it to be relevant again, not just on TV, but behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
That whole rant with Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack
Yeah.
happened because he showed up that day and they said, "Oh, you're not on the show today." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm the Intercontinental Champion. What do you mean I'm not on the show?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we're introducing new titles and blah, 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 so you're not on the show today." He was like, "Yeah, but what about this title? The title with so much prestige that so many Hall of Famers have held." And when he got on Talking Smack, he just let loose. And he didn't know if Daniel was going to punch him in the mouth or what. He just let loose and cut a badass promo. And like Rolling Stone said, man, whether he's cutting promos or being the best heel in the business right now, which it's hard to argue that fact.
Yeah.
He honestly reminds me a
Especially-
lot of his favorite wrestler, Ric Flair.
Especially when
Especially with the suit, the
Especially
charisma,
when
how he
you
is
got-
with Mike.
you got a bunch of guys in the company right now that should be heels but the crowd won't let them be. It seems like everyone loves to hate The Miz. And it works.
Not only that, even when they cheer for him, like he could say something to make them boo him and forget when they could be cheering, he'll go, "When my hand goes up, your mouths go shut." And he could get a few boos out of it.
He has that innate ability to sway the crowd one way or the other based on his promo work.
Yep.
Plain and simple. I have never seen a crowd more behind somebody than they were behind him and Maurice going up against John Cena. People really wanted to see him and Maurice beat Cena and Bella. They were dying to see it. So I honestly believe that that's the one title right now that doesn't need to be figured out. I think it sits with The Miz for a while, and the only guys I've really seen maybe in the running for it, Coda, are maybe Rollins, if he gets away from the tag team thing.
I see more of a
maybe
Woken
Balor,
Matt Hardy.
Or maybe Woken Matt.
Bray, hopefully.
This is where creative needs to wake up a little, though, because you're going to lose some of these guys soon if you don't figure out something to do with them.
There is a heavy rumor that Bray
that was my next question.
Is leaving soon.
2019.
18?
No,
Or 19?
We're a year away from it. Do we still have a Bray Wyatt in the WWE?
I say this year pretty much determines whether or not we are going to get him or not.
The way they treat him this year, in my opinion, is the way that is going to play.
Because you guys know, I was as excited as anyone when Bray Wyatt came into the main picture. I was excited. I thought he was I thought he was the most original character we had seen
in a while.
In a long time.
Here's the thing. When I saw him win the WWE title on SmackDown, I'm like, yes, he finally got what he deserved. Then the shakeup came. He went to Raw. I'm like, that's it. He's done.
I said the same thing.
He's
done. He's going to Raw. He's going to get lost in the shuffle. And that was Vince going, oh, look, he got over on SmackDown. Let's bring him back to Raw now, and he'll be great over there. Well, no, there's too much talent on Raw as it is.
When you have a stacked roster like you have one on Raw, you can't use all these guys and expect them to get over the way they did on SmackDown.
Essentially, you have the three guys who have been involved in just about one way or another the biggest storylines in the company in the main events constantly over the last 5 to 6 years in the Shield on one brand. Those three guys are like the workforce that drives the WWE right now.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're always going to be written in somewhere to be involved in the bigger parts of the show.
Hello, Dakota.
That doesn't leave a lot of room for other guys, though.
No.
But thinking about it, I really believe if Bray's not on Mania this year, he's not going to be in 2019.
No.
I don't see him with the WWE in 2019 unless things really change.
Yeah.
So what's next? Let's see.
Tag titles.
Tag titles, yes. Currently got the weird team of Rollins and Jordan. I don't think any of us believe that that's going to last very long.
No.
Well, it could be a curveball.
Please don't be retarded.
I'm not. I'm going to agree with what you said earlier. What if we do see the team of Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt?
I think we will see them, and I think they'll be champions at WrestleMania.
Also,
it could set up a great feud between Jeff and Matt and Bray Wyatt, too.
Also, now with the Balor Club reunited, this gives Gallows and Anderson a little bit of a push now.
I think the Balor Club reunited for one reason. And that's so Finn can compete with guys like Brock Lesnar. I'm telling you, I see the attitude change is already there. Finn's acting more like a heel these days than he is a face. I see the whole shift coming. This is Finn Balor probably pushing for this so that he can get back into the main title picture.
None of that, like, I could see it being more of, like, the type of stable for where they come on the scene. It's just heel and they're going to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like, we are not going to take nobody's
And Monday
bullshit.
night sincerely pissed me off because they put them in there with 2/3 of the Shield and a fucking waste of a talent in Jason Jordan, and tried to act like, oh, it's the Shield versus the Balor. No, it's not. Ambrose isn't there, plain and simple. So it's not the Shield versus the Balor Club, because if it had been that, we would have all been pumped. It would have been great.
And with Ambrose out for the next 9 months, it's going to be...
The Shield has officially been derailed. That's it.
Yeah.
They need to get off of the train already and start pushing Seth in the singles area somewhere.
The Shield reunion tour has officially come to an end.
In fact, I'm one of the few people on this planet that probably believes Seth Rollins should go to SmackDown.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think a feud between him and AJ for the world title.
Great.
I like to see
would be
him.
great.
I like to see him and Nakamura.
Him and Nakamura. Him and Styles. Him and Kevin Owens again.
Him and Rude.
Any of these feuds work, and it doesn't involve him being stuck with Jason Jordan for a partner and an angle that nobody believes right now.
This, just in my opinion, 2017, the whole angle that they tried to push with, Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's son, you set this up to be the year of Jason Jordan, and you made him look more and more like a retard every fucking week.
No, I found dumb is the reveal itself. Like, they are making it to be like this big deal.
Hey, listen.
And nothing happened.
Big props to Kurt, though. Kurt actually shed real tears. Sold it fucking perfectly. All the years paid off. But here's the thing. No one in the crowd gave a flying fuck.
Not to mention that it got leaked like weeks before.
That it was going to be somebody from American
happen.
Alpha.
Yep. That they didn't know if it was going to be Gable or Jordan, but it was going to be one of them.
Wrong choice.
I honestly think Gable would have made a better option.
Gable would have made a better option.
I thought the whole storyline was stupid when I heard about it, and I still think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of time. I think this kind of stuff worked during the 80s and even the early 90s when there wasn't the internet and everything else for us to go search and realize, hey, that's not his fucking kid. Back then it worked.
It's kind of true.
These storylines don't work today when we can all sit there and go, that's not his son. That's it. Storyline's dead now. Nobody gives a shit and nobody believes it.
Nobody believes it. And frankly, you made Jason Jordan look like an asshole. Everyone hates him
and now he looks like a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, now he looks like a whiny little cocksucker.
And on Monday night, they made him look like a fucking idiot who couldn't get out of his own way to help his team win and instead cost them the match. Literally. Got in the way, got pushed out of the way while Seth got drop kicked into the corner and then coup de grace for the win. So I don't think Seth and Jason are going to hold the titles. But Raw's tag division is so fucked up right now.
Oh, yeah.
That I do believe they're going to put the Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt together. Because who the fuck else do you got besides the Bar?
And you're not, and from my
Maybe
knowledge...
Balor Club does help Gallows and Anderson kind of get back in the scene. But, the Revival's back. I don't even think they were on Raw this week.
But here's the thing. The Revival's back. Nobody gives a shit.
No, because they were hot a year ago when they came up. And they had just come off the back-to-back great matches with DIY and everything else.
And injury.
The triple threat match with DIY and the Authors of Pain. Everybody thought, man, the Revival's great. They keep putting on great matches. And then injuries. Nothing they did personally, just injuries. It happens.
Then they came back. They started the feud with the Hardys. Then injury again, except it was the other one. And now they're coming back.
I was actually excited when they were feuding with the Hardys.
Yeah.
I said, man, this is going to be crazy. These dudes are going to tear the house down.
And that injury.
Like, on paper, it was a dream match, but then an injury happened. And it's just like,
so
damn.
now it's almost like the Revival's got to kind of earn their marks again, if you will.
They're back at the bottom.
They got to get back to where the fans believe, number one, you're not going to get hurt. Number two, you can still put on great matches. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Raw titles. I mean, really, it's a weird situation.
It's so up in the air.
Especially since I'm hearing that Sheamus is retiring soon.
Yeah. I have not heard that.
Yep.
I heard Sheamus is walking away soon. So the Bar could be done soon.
Which is going to leave Cesaro lost in...
I'm going to make a bold prediction. The Raw champions at the beginning of 2019 will be the Authors of Pain.
I can see that.
The way I see it, unless you put Woken Matt and Bray together, or bring up
You're going to have a lot of NXT tag teams flooding Raw. Right?
Yeah, you're gonna have like Sanity in there.
Or bring. I've actually heard Sanity's going to SmackDown.
Yeah, still, you don't know.
I've heard Sanity's going to SmackDown because they want to put Eric Young in a feud with AJ.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
But
then again, you could put like sorry to cut you off. You could put the Authors of Pain on SmackDown and have these great matches with some of the teams that they have on there.
You could, but Raw needs the tag teams. I'm sorry.
But
forget the dream matchups right now. You got to give Raw some matchups, period.
You really do.
Unless you're just going to scrap that tag division altogether and say, hey, SmackDown's the home of the tag teams.
Yeah.
Raw's got the cruiserweights. SmackDown's got tag teams. Like, unless that's the way you're going to go here, you got to start rescuing Raw in the tag division.
You got to bring up some major talent from NXT to Raw just to salvage the tag team division a little
There's
bit.
also other options. There are.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of talent just sitting there doing nothing.
Put them together.
Put them together.
Like you got Slater and Rhino doing nothing right now. Let them go out there and fuck shit up a little
You know,
bit.
you got
or get
guys.
fucked up, whatever.
You know, Kurt Hawkins could have a complete revival of his career if you stick him with the right partner.
You could put him back with Zack Ryder.
All of a
Yes,
sudden,
transfer Zack Ryder to Raw, have him reignite the Major Brothers and fucking call it that. There you go. Happy Hanukkah.
but now we'll switch. We'll go to SmackDown here. SmackDown tag division's a complete polar opposite of Raw, boys. SmackDown's got the two best teams on the roster right now on their brand.
Usos and New Day.
It's not even a comparison right now with Ambrose laid up.
No.
There's not even a comparison here. And how dumb must Jason Jordan, I'm sorry, how dumb must he feel? He left SmackDown as part of a tag team to go to Raw and get put on another tag team. The whole singles push that we heard about coming and him getting pushed up towards none of that shit happened.
I'm sorry. But both members of American Alpha got shit out in extraordinary ways.
Not really. Let's look at it like how he said. You left a tag team, you left a good tag team to become a substitution in another tag team
Whereas
that
Chad
nobody
Gable
likes.
got Shelton Benjamin. I say Gable won in this scenario.
He did.
And after the fact, he was getting over as a singles competitor
Yes.
before.
And in my opinion, you just got to look at the storylines here. Gable and Benjamin are a team. They might be assholes, but they're a team.
And they have great chemistry with each other.
Rollins keeps treating Jason Jordan like the retard kid he got stuck with. He keeps coming out like, oh my God, Jason, just shut up. Like,
It's like he got put with the one fucking kid in science class that doesn't do any part of the subject but takes the credit for it.
Exactly.
so looking at the tag division over on SmackDown, right? You've got the King of the Hills and the Usos.
Yep.
You've got New Day. You've got Rusev Day, who's everyone's favorite all of a sudden, although after what they did to him tonight, I don't know what the fuck anyone's thinking.